Welcome everybody to another episode of Latif's Inspired. I am going to be cooking a chicken Jaal fry inspired by my trip in Bangladesh. I had a fantastic holiday. Sorry I couldn't do more videos, which I should have done, but I really needed some time off and just really needed to charge my batteries, which I've done, and now I'm back. Hopefully I'm going to be doing some fantastic recipes for you guys to follow and make at home, as well as hopefully going out to some fantastic restaurants if we're allowed to, due to the lockdown. So I'm back in England and I'm going to do this phenomenal chicken Jaal fry dish for you guys, inspired by back home from Bangladesh.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Right, I have all my ingredients ready. Firstly, this is 1 kg of British chicken breast. So I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon and a half, that was a big spoon of chili powder, that's about a teaspoon of salt. Right, into this I'm going to squeeze lemon. So what this lemon juice does is just the acidity just toughens up the chicken, draws out some moisture, and I'm going to fry this so hopefully all the marinade is going to go in, and just the chicken gives it a fantastic texture. There you go. And now I'm going to mix all this. Right, turn my gas on, put my hob, wait for it to heat up. This is just vegetable oil. 1, 2, 3, that's 4 tablespoons. Now I'm using pure butter ghee. So that was 4 tablespoons of pure ghee. So I'm just gonna, I need some fried onions, so I'm just gonna, that's a handful of onions. Basically I just want to caramelize these onions. I'm going to use it for garnish, for flavour as well as colour. So it's been about 3-4 minutes on a very high heat. Just wanting to sort of make it golden in colour, just for a bit of flavour. So this is about done. I have to take it out carefully. There you go. That's going to be a lovely sweet sort of flavour. Literally about 3 to 4 minutes that was. Right, the onions have caramelized. I've put the gas down on a low gas. Now I'm going to fry these chicken. Just need to get the moisture out, the natural water from the liquid from the chicken. You don't want to steam the chicken. If you overcrowd it, it'll start steaming because lots of liquid will be coming out. You want to fry it. You can deep fry it, but this is okay. This is sort of shallow fry. So 8 to 10 minutes probably. Just keep on turning it around and the chicken should be done. In about a couple of minutes, you can see there's natural fat and liquid coming out of the chicken. Smells divine. Very aromatic because of the chili powder, the turmeric. It's been about 3-4 minutes. These are very big chunks of chicken, about, there you go, 2.5 inches cubed sort of. So 1 kg of chicken breast. There you go. You don't need to be arty-farty like me. You just get one of your spoons and just give it a mix, it's no problem. So the reason why I put ghee, because you can, it's got a lot of, it holds a high heat content, so you can fry and it won't burn like butter does. Although butter has a phenomenal flavour as well as the ghee. There we go. So I just want to draw out the moisture, give it a light fry. So the spices, the marinade has gone in. Ideally, you want them. You could, if you get the marinade to penetrate, give it about half an hour. I gave it about 15-20 minutes, but it should do the business. That's about 8 to 10 minutes. So about basically 4 to 5 minutes each side, guys. So there we go. That's looking wonderful. There you go. There you go. So the last batch of chicken is ready. There you go. Lovely in colour. There you go. Wonderful. Now all the chicken's ready. Now I'm going to add the onions. This was one big sized British onion. I used, I cut up, I used 2 onions, so this is about 1. And I've also sort of grated half an onion. So 1.5 onions, here it is. Because the chicken bits are on the side, that's why I've added the onion now. Or I would have heated up and toasted the garam masala. So I used about a teaspoon of salt in the chicken. So now I'm going to use about 1.5 teaspoon. Normally I use about 2 teaspoons in 1 kg of chicken. So this just draws out the moisture of the onions. Now I'm going to add the garam masala. So I'm adding, that's about 8 pieces of clove, 2, 4, 6, about 6 cardamom, 3 bay leaf, about 2 to 3 inch of cinnamon stick, and this is dried Kashmiri chili. This is optional, but this is Jaal fry, so it's meant to be a bit spicy, so I'm going to add 4 of these. These brings out a lovely flavour. It's a very famous Bengali dish, so have to put some of this punch prawn. It's a very famous Bangladeshi garam masala, so 1 teaspoon. This is sort of aromatic and very flavoursome as well. The heat is still high. You can put it down, but I can see it's fine, so I'm not gonna. Just put it down actually a little bit, because I want the onions to soften up before I add the ginger garlic. If you have a burnt sort of dish, you can add a bit of water. This is my marinated chicken, so a bit of the water I've just added because I've got spices in here. So there's a little bit of water. Put the gas back up to high. Give it a stir. Put the lid on. And keep an eye on it, and I'm going to cook this out for about 5 minutes. Right, the liquid that I've added before has evaporated, and onions have softened up. Now I'm going to add ginger garlic. So there's about 2 tablespoons of ginger and 2 tablespoons of garlic, and this was the half of the onion. Now this, just to create a lovely thick bhuna, this is. Now I just want that ginger and garlic, that rawness, pungent, just to slightly go away, so slightly cook out, and then I'm going to be adding the spices. Put the lid back on, keep an eye on it every couple of minutes. Right, it's been a couple of minutes. Lovely fragrance this is. Just going to add a bit of water. Just to cook that ginger and garlic and just to take that rawness away, as I said before. So this process I normally give it about 6 to 8 minutes, sometimes about 10 minutes. Let it soften up beautifully. There we go, put the lid back on, so it's a couple of minutes. Now I'll give it a few more minutes and I'll come back to it. Right, it's been a few more minutes and the water has evaporated. There we go. Now I'm going to add the spices, but before that I'm going to put the gas down to a medium low because I don't want the spices to burn. Right, I'm going to add a teaspoon of turmeric. I want it nice and spicy, so 2 teaspoons, heaped teaspoons of chili powder. This is just basic curry powder, and this is coriander powder. So it's 1 curry powder that was, and coriander 1, 2, and turmeric. Sorry, cumin. Just over half. That was. Give it a stir, and what you can do is add a bit of water so the spice don't burn. There you go. Put the lid back on. Cook this out for a further few minutes. Right, be careful, sometimes the spices tends to stick even on a lower heat, so just add a bit of water. Use boiling water, it makes the cooking process faster. There you go. So just cook the spices for about a good 5 minutes, about 10 minutes. The spice is cooking away beautifully. Now I am going to add, believe it or not, this is ketchup, and this is what they add in Bangladesh. So I'm going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of ketchup. This is what I've seen them cook in Bangladesh, and I'm going to try and sort of copy that flavor. So this is going to give it a nice sweet, tangy, vinegary, tomatoey flavor. There you go. Now add just a little bit more water. Now I've come back from Bangladesh, so I've got this lovely Shakura. Now you don't need to add this, but if you do, so you can get this in a supermarket. They normally sell this frozen. So I'm adding 1, 2, 3, about 4 thinly sliced Shakora. This is just going to give a lovely aromatic fragrance and a citrusy sort of flavor. So there you go. Put the lid back on, and I'm going to cook this for about a good few more minutes before the next process. Right, it's been a few minutes. The colour is wonderful. Now all I want is the Shakura to soften up. It should take about 10 minutes normally, and you should add it last minute sort of thing, because it keeps its shape and it's not broken away and it mashed into the sauce. But because I've added that grated onion, it builds a lovely thick gravy like restaurant like sauce. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit of water, because I don't want it to stick to the pan. It's still on high gas, And I'm going to cook this for a further 5 minutes before I add the chicken. Chicken's almost cooked, so therefore it's not going to take very long. There you go. Put the lid back on a high gas and come back to it in a few minutes. Right, since I've added the Shakura, it's been a good 6 to 8 minutes. Let's have a look. It's still not cooked properly, but it's halfway there. Therefore, I can add the chicken. So now the chicken has the liquid moisture that's come out of the chicken and a bit of the oil. If I need to add a bit of water, I will add that stock there. Bismillah. So this is a very thick sauce, which is going to be hopefully nice and spicy, and it should be very flavoursome. Put the lid on and come back to it in a few minutes. I don't like waste, so I'm going to use all this bit of chicken jus. Let this cook down. Right, let's have a look. Cooking away. Beautiful. Nice thick curry sauce. Shakora is nearly ready. When the Shakora is ready, the curry will be ready. Beautiful. Now let this simmer away on an open lid. As you can see, the oil has separated, therefore the curry's ready. This is Kasuri methi. Just add a good couple of pinches. Now this is 1.5 tomato, just wedges. Now as a Jaal fry, I'm going to add some green chilies. This was about 4 to 6 you can do. Fresh coriander. There you go. Now what I'm going to do is put it on the lowest heat. Let me just see if the bottom's sort of sticking on the bottom, so give it a nice little swirl. There you go. As you can see, it's going to be a thick, clingy sauce. Now cook this out for a good 5 to 10 minutes on a very low heat, lowest heat. I'll show you. There you go. Come back and check it in 5 minutes. Right. There you go. This is properly cooked. Now that's the caramelized onions. This just lifts it really. There you go. Looks wonderful. Fresh coriander. It looks like a masterpiece, that does. Check this out, guys. chicken Jaal fry, inspired by my holiday in Bangladesh. Looks beautiful. Now I'm going to turn the gas off and give it a try. Gorgeous. Right, get a piece of chicken, some sauce, bit of tomato, bit of that Shakura. There you go. Now I need some rice. Bismillah. Temperature's very hot. It's nice and spicy, tangy because of the Shakora, the ketchup. Absolutely gorgeous. You must try this. That's the chicken Jaal fry, inspired by my trip in Bangladesh. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more fantastic videos. Thank you very much. See you soon.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.